Welcome everybody to the Division 2 Grand Finals, ETF2L Season 35. We're bringing you Ngolo's Kingdom versus Selected. I'm here with Wandum and Beta on Production. Wandum, do you know anything about Division 2? How are we doing this season?
I mean, I did write the definitive preview for Division 2, and then I completely forgot about its existence until right now. So obviously we're looking at two teams, both of them with ample opportunity to perform in game. So, yeah, I don't know. It honestly, I didn't expect these two teams to be. I expected Selected to be in the finals, but I'm honestly pretty surprised that we're looking at the other one. How'd you say his name?
I'm guessing it's Ngolo's Kingdom. That's how it's spelled, at least.
Yeah, because I don't want to offend anyone, but I called it Ngolo, but maybe that's not right. So I think
We can
they're going
mix
to
and
be
match,
referred to as
and then we'll get
the
it right
red
once. And you know they'll change onto blue on map 2 and it'll ruin everything. It's always fun to do a bit of Division 2. Always fun to cast the lower divisions. It's fun to see some of your friends involved in the game, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's hype to get your own game casted when you're in the lower divisions too. I've heard there was some Div 2 drama this season.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to love being on the inside of that, but I've kind of lost track.
Yeah, you're just
over
too
my
busy,
time.
busy with the big boys now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Div
I'm
1.
just so important, guys.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
just
about
don't
you.
you don't care about
I really
all the
don't have
scrubs in
time
Div
for
2
you anymore. Yeah,
beyond
man.
you.
I mean, I've heard some of the drama from my sources.
Yeah.
My Division 2 contacts keeping me up to date. Apparently, Smile has been a vicious team leader, cutting two of his players, Jake and Oriano, for not being DM-focused players enough. So I want to give a shout out to the social media campaign, hashtag Stand with Jake, which I'm informed is a real thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the only information I have on these two teams.
I mean, one thing that I obviously picked up on, considering it like he is kind of my favorite player at this point, is that AZN was playing with Selected for a little while. I got super excited. Obviously, wanted to see him play. Also said that if he wasn't banned by this point, I'd eat my shoe. Not sure about how that one's gonna go because
Night Terror got banned again, so I mean that counts.
I mean,
right?
okay, so AZN is banned, so is Broda. Everything's right in the world.
But on track, when we look at these two teams, I don't know much about them, but Selected have been absolutely top of the table with a 10-0 scoreline in the season. They haven't dropped a point at all this season. As for Ngolo's Kingdom, they were very tight with the rest of the teams on the table in the regular season. Everyone seemed to be around 15 points. I think it was like 16, 15, 13. Everyone was super close, whereas Selected, obviously far and away the better team with 30 points from the season. So that's twice as much as all the rest of the teams. We should expect on paper Selected to be running away with this just from looking at the tables of the season.
Yeah, I also think if you actually just take a look at the players, I do think that they seem to have like superior players overall. I think Bambi, anyone who plays Pugs knows Bambi, he's pretty good, up and coming. This team, much like most Div 2 teams, seems to be kind of stepping stones for the sort of individual talents sort of shine a lot. Bambi's pretty good. Plays the Prem Pugs, so he's probably not in Div 2 that much longer at this point. Got some other names. I think DigiB and Demon have both been around this level for a while, and they've both like been absolutely crushing it for ages. I think both of them are really good, solid players. I don't know anything about Lek, but Fong is pretty good. He's Danish, so I'm biased, but that's just kind of how it is, you know. Lek told me to say something about him, I think, because he tagged me in a tweet like at 11 this morning.
I got tagged too. Shout out to Lek's Twitter.
Shoutouts to Lek's Twitter, but go follow us instead first.
And on the other team, we've got some of the more familiar names of all time in TF2. Streep 36, legendary soldier, been around for ages. Finally into Div2 playoffs, he's making it up the leagues.
Yeah.
Tavion Demo Man, Wargasm is their pocket. They have Smile and someone else on Scouts. Now I feel offensive. Hempus, of course, on Scout. Tavi Demo Man, Green Rab Medic.
Whenever you guys are bored in Twitch chat, just like during a pause or something, you should go ahead and go to the link tinyurl/greenrab. It's really funny. Coincidentally, it's on product. I think actually the oldest player on the server is probably Greenrab. That guy is like 40,000 years old at this point, probably. Yeah, he's.
Hang on a second. I'm going to tinyurl/greenrab.
It's really funny. He he has Uber and it's on product, and he drops every single member of his team. And he just walks back, and I can't remember if he drops himself.
Oh,
maybe
he really does, doesn't he? This.
But
this is
really
beautiful.
funny.
Oh, this video is incredible. I really like
so
that.
Good.
Okay, I want Green Rab's team to win. I want to, or at least just see something like that again. That is a really good video.
It is a thing of beauty. Everyone, I would post in Twitch chat, but I'm kind of lazy. Tabby's also I don't think people realize, but Tabby, if you look at the ETF2L season, I think it's season 20 frag video or something, he's there. Which feels odd for me because that's also around when I started playing, but that's actually a really long time ago. 15 seasons? That's it's ages ago.
15 seasons. That's nearly half of them.
Yeah, next season I'll have been around
more?
for 20 seasons, Bumfries. That's scary to me.
There's no way you're that old. You sound like 14.
I in my profile, everyone go to my profile. My first badge, ETF2L badge, is from season 16. We are live, but I really felt like I needed to say that, Bumfries. Go on.
Alright, yeah, we are live in the first mid streak, already bombing in behind onto the enemy team's grass here. Red team going to be walking forwards over the point to follow it up, but it's not quite working out. Tavi going to fall along with Street. Wargasm, the only member of his team, far forwards at the moment, as it does get contested once again by Selected. All the frags going their way, they've just forced Greenrab and Smile back out to spawn. So it's the first mid-fight going to Selected, but it's even Ubers still.
Demon hit a nice little air shot, didn't get caught on stream. Thank you, Beta. Next time, maybe. As, yeah, that was pretty nice. Tavi going down there pretty early just meant that there's no damage for the red team. Gets super, super hard. But Greenrab somehow didn't die and neither did Ascend, because Ascend was 10 HP throughout the whole mid-fight. Now the Uber's actually getting popped out here onto both scouts. Just a nice little trade going on. Roman's trade on the flank as well, but that Street eating it direct from DGB. Just get taken down over. He's just walking back into spawn. What is, there we go. Thank you, Bam.
Thanks
still
to Street, they cap out the point. That's Ngolo Kingdom getting the point off the back of that trade. Good job to pressure the point before that trade, get all that cap time, and then finish it off with the Street distraction play. Selected don't want to give it away for long, though. They're straight back in. Bambi gonna fall on the point, and DigiB getting cleared up from behind as well. So Ngolo's Kingdom gonna hold on to the point for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Honestly, feels like Selected it kind of feeding players onto the point when they don't really need to. In that situation, there's not really any reason to go fight other than I want to fight, which genuinely isn't a good reason. So they're actually just gonna do it once more. I think they're just deciding that they don't want to play it slow. They go forwards. The Uber's actually popped out way earlier here out of Greenland. They do get the force, but they lose 3 people in the process. So now, once this Uber actually fades, unless Fong just runs in and presses mouse 1 on everything, which almost happens, he does get Greenrab. Actually not that good for the blue team. Ascend went down. The positioning was not very good when the Uber faded. And that makes it super hard for Selected to actually get anything major out of that. Fong kind of saves them there.
Yeah, Selected went for pretty much a 3-man sack. They got Greenrab's Uber out way, way earlier, but those players dying meant that Ascend's Uber afterwards wasn't any better. They couldn't do much with it. Plenty of cap time on the point, though, for Selected. They really want to steal this, but Ngolo's Kingdom are putting all the pressure on. Everyone is so weak, waiting around Ascend for those arrows to get back up and ready to fight. Now it's going to be Bambi taking the point all on his own, just finishing off that cap that the rest of his team started, and looks like Ngolo's Kingdom are going to back out
I don't know how they lose that. That felt really strange. They had a massive advantage, a lot of damage, but it wasn't quite followed up upon, I think. So it just ended up with Selected being able to recap this point, but they are a full minute behind here. They're gonna have to somehow get something here. Smile and Wargasm do actually both go down, so this is gonna trigger the Scout. Get really aggressive here onto the Scout, but somehow Hepus is 9 HP and Fong just does not want to hit his shot. So that means Broomram's gonna get out. He might have lost his entire team, but maybe it doesn't matter. He's got 100% ad now. Selected gonna have to watch out a little bit. They're sitting behind their rock at this point. I don't like this position. As soon as the enemy team bombs them, they are such a terrible position. They have to get this a little bit differently. Finally, Lek rotates over a little bit more of a safe position right now. Wargasm jumps up top and not pushing quite yet. They're still standing behind the rock, but this opens them up to a lot of spam. They're gonna have to commit this soon, because it makes it really easy for Selected to actually just spam this. They haven't popped the Uber yet, and the send is 18% already. That's Wargasm going down. They haven't been playing this very well. You have the Uber, just press the W key. That's Fong finally going down, but now Lek walks across the point. They lost two. Demon Blade is dead, but the Uber trade comes out. Let's remind ourselves, Bum Freeze, they did have 80% advantage here.
Yeah, they chose to just take the point with the advantage, knowing that maybe Selected would be a bit scared. Seems to work out, as now they do have the point and they seem to be doing fine after that trade, but all of a sudden now Tavi going down, not looking great. Wargasm actually responds onto Bambi and Ascend, so we're in a 4v4 fight now. No heals for Selected, but Ngolo's Kingdom want to play the ad instead. They're not going to fight it yet.
That pick onto Ascend is really big from Wargasm, especially getting that rocket as a follow-up rocket there. Takes down the Scout and then the Medic afterwards. It's so good, because now, although it didn't matter last time, Broonrab sitting on a nice little 70% advantage, which is super, super nice. Might actually be 60%, who cares?
And they're doing the same thing again. Look, here they know they have the advantage. Instead of using it in, they just want to edge the cap. It's not working out as well. They do get the cap now. And this is perfect. Now it means that Selected have to come into them and they can just use this Uber. Hopefully they get the frags with it. That's Lek going down. First off, Bambi getting juggled up by Tavi there, but he's not quite getting picked off. Everyone's over in this corner. Can they finish off the frags? Streak just killed himself. And Ascend gets out to spawn. Everyone on Ngolo's Kingdom has fed their life away. And they did not get the frags that they really needed to get in that corner. It seemed like such a perfect crunch for them. But in the end, Ascend escapes. That's what matters. So Selected with a big, big ad here and the point under their control. 10 seconds left for either team on this point. Ngolo's Kingdom need to cap it up quickly. And it doesn't seem great with the Uber just now coming out. Selected. It is a 4v5 fight. It's actually in Ngolo's Kingdom's favor, but they don't have their demo man. Neither do Selected. And the crunch on the point at the end. Just a full-on wipe, unless Smile has anything to say about it, which he doesn't. Looks like our first round is going to Selected.
That was really confusing. It felt like Ngolo almost had it, and then they just like decided to sack in Tavi for some reason, which is not really good. Not in that situation anyway. You really want the damage coming out of your demo if you want to hold that. That was... they should have won that. There's no way that Ascend should live in that situation. Tavi and Smile had him dead to rights, but somehow they just didn't even get him. We're on the second mid fight now. Spam just being traded doesn't... Again, we're seeing neither team really wants to press a W key, be the first one to go forwards. Wargasm's actually just reloading. Nothing's happening. He's finally going to jump forwards. Ascend's actually getting caught out here in main. Does get taken down by Wargasm and Streep. Lek goes down as well, but Greenrab has gone down the flank. DigiB finds him. Demon Blade bombing onto the point, but he's like 4 HP. It's just Bambi now, taking 1v1 the Tavi.
Demon Blade, the sole survivor.
Yeah. That was a really nice pipe from Tavi.
That was really lucky from Selected there that they just clutched that out with the pure DM at the end, because that was played badly by them. I don't understand how their scouts didn't deny that bomb pretty much from straight ahead of Wargasm. They weren't playing around that rock in the middle correctly, and now Selected with their respawn wave have won this second fight over the midpoint. Looks like they're going to be the first people to cap it up in the second round.
Yeah, so right now, what we're seeing is Ubers are pretty much even, both teams electing to set up on their own cliffs. Nobody really wanting to do anything. Lek actually down for selected, so they don't have damage here, and I think Ngolo just recognizing this, edging the point here. Enemy team, they don't have the demo to sort of hold off the spams. Finally, Soch Bomb does come in onto Tabby. He's so low, actually goes down to Demon. That took a while now. The rest of his team doesn't really have the ability to catch up to him.
Yeah,
so while they
Wargasm
would want
was
to follow up there,
behind
they just can't.
Wargasm really scared them. He got Ascend down so low, they backed out for just a second. Now he has the health, so they're recontesting. Who's going to use the Uber first? Nolo's Kingdom. Pop it onto Smile. Bambi taking the Uber for selected. No one getting any kills in the Uber as of yet. As now we do have the collapse onto the point. They're just trying to edge it from the side of selected. Wargasm doing a ton of damage. That's Hempus to follow up the frag onto Bambi, but no one from the combo going down for selected yet. They're still able to edge this point and just steal it from under their noses as Ngolo's Kingdom backed out.
Yeah, that is confusing once again. It feels like it just they're taking these fights and then they just happen and you feel like they're gonna go one way bum freeze and they don't go that way. Because I don't know, like it feels like the position's off. Demon Blade actually on the cliff right now and just not gets picked off by that scout there. Wargasm's in behind, but Tabby's gone down again. Gets really aggressive all the time. Greenrap's actually 60 HP. And while he does have the Uber, he's gonna get popped pretty easily here. He's gonna have to can't be very conservative, but as we have established already, Greenrap special is kind of dropping players. Smile does go down to a pipe. Although not really willing to fight.
They just wanted to let go of that point once they dropped Smile there. They could have traded to delay it, knock some time off that important clock on Viaduct, but instead now they're going to have to be the ones using their Uber into the enemy's Uber, try and take a trade and then win after the fact. So Smile is going to be putting the first bit of pressure onto the point, denies that bomb from Diggy B pretty well, but Demon's here to follow up, does a huge rocket onto Smile, and Fong is cleaning up all the damage, but all of Ngolo's Kingdom just running across the point in the meantime. Only Ascend and Lek left alive. Wargasm is going to deny that exit for Lek, will get that frag eventually, but Diggy B is behind. Grimrab needs to be careful not to get forced here. As Diggy B looks like he's just doing a loop-the-loop, trying to distract all these players as the rest of his team come forward from the front. Tavi gets dropped by Grimrab there, as does Wargasm. They don't want to use this Uber out of position, they want to take it across the point, but he's just dropping everyone. It's only Smile left alive. Is he going to use? Yes, he does eventually, but there's not much they can get from this Uber now. And the point was capped by selected in the meantime. I think that was really poor play from Nolo's Kingdom overall.
Yeah, you can't lose 4 players like that in a situation like that as well, where you're trying to fight. All comes down to when you're trading Ubers like that to have the player advantage, the positional advantage in the post Uber. They just don't really have it. They did get the cap, but it's so hard for them now. They're actually trading players pretty well. Tabby does go down, but Lek is also dead. Soldiers on both teams not really up yet. Nobody able to do anything. That Streep actually doing a little bit of damage, but Hempus has gone down now. Nolo just stuck back behind the point in China right now. Not really able to do anything quite yet, I don't think. Building up the overcharge. Gonna go in for another trade. They're gonna have to play this way better than last time.
Wargasm straight in with the bomb, Streep in to follow it up as well. Wargasm goes down, and so does Streep. They only get Lek for their troubles. Now the counter bomb from Diggy B is just distraction for Demon, who comes in. They've forced out Greenrab, and Ascend hasn't used yet on the point. This is a big advantage for Blue. They're just taking all these DM fights without even using. Everyone's getting the frags on the side of selected, and Ascend still hasn't had to force. Wargasm wants to come in and force it out now. And he does, but all the player advantage is in favor of selected, and they have this point on overtime now. They just need to clean up these frags and they'll win another round. But Nolo's Kingdom are defending the point well. They managed to cap that off there on the end of that trade. And they do have a slight advantage as well. We'll see if they opt to use it this time, because they really need to stop this point getting capped.
I think that what we're probably going to see, they're going to try to use this Uber pretty defensively. But it looks like Selected, normally you wouldn't expect to see this aggressive of a play, as they actually just shoot right back in. DigiB and Demon gets the kills onto Hempers and Wargasm. That's actually Bambi now just taking down Greenwrap. This aggression is, I don't want to call it nice, because it doesn't feel like the play you actually want to make, but it's working. Selected, they're really feeling themselves with this DM right now.
I feel like that's the play to make. It's the play to make is either to take that fight before Greenrab even gets the chance to Uber, or you wait it out, and then that's a lot of time off your clock. It's a bit risky. You have to trade as well. So I think Selected made the right choice, and the DM made it work out in that fight in the end. Come into the third mid now.
Not much.
Once again, yeah, no one's really
happening.
Doing anything.
Soldiers just kind of standing there waiting. Wargasm doesn't do anything. Streak gets completely denied. That DigiB straight onto Tabby goes down right now with the demo down. Greenrab on 10 HP. It's so hard. Actually, Wargasm gets his medic out alive there. If he that feels like a little bit of a beef.
I think Greenrab should have died, but I also think, I mean, Wargasm shouldn't be bombing with like 100 health there. The soldiers of Ngolo's Kingdom need to have more health and more of a reason to be bombing in than they currently do, because their bombs really aren't working out on the mids. We do see an Uber trade here. Ngolo's Kingdom using first, Selected using in defense on the point. They're trying to get DigiB into a position, but he just bombs out again. All this is beneficial for them. They're just running time off the clock. That's all they need. Wargasm jumping back for a pack. That all the damage is coming out from Selected. They're just putting on so much pressure, and they're following up the frags as well. There's really just nothing that Ngolo's Kingdom can do. Selected are just pressuring them so hard, forcing all their players back to get the health, and just really finishing off and capitalizing off of all of them being in this crappy positioning.
Yeah, I think the soldiers on Selected right now are completely outclassing their counterparts. Their bombs have been so much more effective. I think Wargasm had a pretty good game, been able to do a lot of damage with his bombs, but I don't know. Like, it feels like DigiB and Demon just putting on an absolute clinic right now. Maybe not clinic. They're playing pretty well. Their bombs are working, you know, as they're actually... Ngolo looking to just try and edge this point again. They actually do get the one kill onto Bambi, but the Uber's popped out way earlier for Greenrab right now. Sfong's actually in behind, gets taken down. But now, Selected, they've managed to trade. Okay, maybe not. They've traded 3 players for an Uber pop and no kills. Now Stroop is actually just into Ascend. That's a nice kill onto Ascend. I don't know why you'd want to walk in there in the first place, though.
That was a poor chase from Selected. They tried to chase with a soldier in the Uber. They really just don't have the capability to cover the ground on this map. He got out of range of his medic and just got instantly meat shot after the Uber ended. You want to be using onto a demo man to get that initial space, and then running forwards with a scout to make sure things like that can't happen. This forward hold has been pretty good from Ngolo's Kingdom so far. It does eventually get busted, but they've run down as much time as they can with it. They need to hold for another extra 2 minutes 30 though, with Selected only needing 1 more minute. Demon with a bomb straight in takes down Greenrab now with a huge advantage for Ascend. This looks like it's going to be Selected round to take. Everyone's sacking in for him, but they're just dying one by one. Ascend still lives. Lek goes, Tavi, sorry, goes for the last second attempt, but it doesn't work out. That was just a perfect kill from Demon, and then no one else could get the return onto Ascend. They were also, what's the word I'm looking for? They all went one by one. It wasn't very
It felt like lemmings. Like, their medic goes down and they have the correct response in their head, but they want to go forwards. But they do it just completely like the opposite of coordinated. Tabby actually gets a kill onto Lek, but I don't think it matters. He goes down in the meantime. The Uber's popped out. But does it really matter? There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Greenrab's actually stuck out main here. He doesn't have a player with him. Walking all the way back into spawn. Bambi's just on him right now. Bambi, please, thank you. Does get the kill onto Green Rab in spawn, goes down for it, but realistically, trading a scout for a medic, you'd do that any day of the week.
Especially with 20 seconds left on the clock, you would. This means that Green Rab is going to have no Uber to respond with. They just need to throw their lives away at the point here, get any buffs they can, and jump on it. Really not looking great here, as the bomb does eventually come in from Streep. Wargasm going deep while the rest of his players try and cap the point. He doesn't get any of the frags he wants to. Streep making a bit of space as well, but eventually everyone's just going down one by one on the point. Uber does come out from Ascend now, but it's not even necessary. They're just cleaning up the rest of what's rightfully theirs, as Selected win the first map 3-0.
Yeah, it feels like it must just come down to the comms or something. The synergy, just not really there at all. Like, they're taking 1v1s when realistically they could have just been like, so many times it feels like they are able to on this side of Ngolo and Ngolo, whatever, the red team. It feels like they would be able to sort of segregate out players and sort of, you know, like, be more than one person to shoot a player at the same time, and they're just not doing it. Like, it feels like they're taking the 1v1s, they're losing the 1v1s, and it's not good.
Yeah, I'd hope this isn't the best we've got from Ngolo's Kingdom. I don't know whose map pick this was, but we'll be moving on to process next. We'll have to hope that that was Selected's pick, and that hopefully Ngolo's Kingdom can have a bit of footing going into this second map, but really, it didn't even seem like they forced Selected to use 100% of their power, if you know what I mean. It was just really nothing going their way at all. We do have some logs to look through of that map, see if it can help us analyze any more.
I mean, is there really anything to say? Look at the scout logs for Selected, and then look at the scout logs for the opposing team. It's like night and day. It feels like Fong went 30 for 10. Tambi only went 17 for 12, but at the same time, he also kind of did top damage on the server, so it feels like maybe Fong's just kill stealing a little bit, maybe a lot. Those I don't know. Like, look at Wargasm's log, and then look at DigiB's log. There's such a difference, and it's just oh no. That's the most Viaduct log I've ever seen in my life, bum.
Yeah, the scouts really do the heavy lifting on Viaduct. They do most of the talking, and I mean, Fong especially clearly outclassing the opposing scouts today. 30 for 10 KD. They do have very hefty DPM stats as well. Everyone over 340 on Selected.
I guess I should ask you the question. Actually, I should know this because I can just use my brain to think about who the guy called Trash in the Logs is. That's obviously it's Hempus. I was watching the game. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think if you look at these heals, you can see on Selected, it's Fong Bambi taking all the heals. Here, Tabby's taking a lot of the heals, and I don't really think he was doing enough to really justify taking the amounts of heals that he was taking.
Yeah, he's bottom fragged the server in terms of the kills stat. And he's dying quite a lot considering taking the that amount of heals. I think people often over-exaggerate the necessity of the scout. They don't want to be taking all the heals, you know. It's completely reasonable to have a demo man up there with that amount. But yeah, as you were saying, his output with it is what matters, and there was not much. I'm not going to blame him at all, because I don't think it came down to individuals as much as it did Selected just having a way better understanding of Viaduct, really just outplaying them in every sense of game sense there, more than, you know, the players really shining, although they did clearly also outfrag them in the logs, but that's always going to happen when you're winning a game 3-0. I think they just engineered their opportunities better than the other team there.
Yeah, I think that's... Yep. pretty much hit the nail on the head. I don't have anything more to say. I'm just going to move the topic along. Second map is going to be Process. And I look at this and I see another scout map. And I look at the logs for the last game and I'm convinced that Selected are going to own Ngolo on this map as well.
I hope we see more from Ngolo. I think this should be a closer map. I think a lot of what was happening last map seemed to be like very, very king of the hill mistakes. You know, Viaduct is a total wild card compared to the rest of the map pool, and it seemed like Nolo's Kingdom were completely lost. And as we predicted, they have swapped team colors for this map just to make things more confusing. As we are rolling out to the first mid, all of Selected playing around their own choke, whereas it looks like, all of Nolo's Kingdom playing around their own choke. I'm getting confused by the colors. As it looks like Ascend trying to take the left side with his team, not going to work out. They do get frags on the end of this fight. Both teams are currently backing out of mid at the same time. They're not really sure who won the mid fight there, but Lek holds his ground. He's the one doing all the capping, stopping them from coming back in. Eventually, it's Selected that wins the mid fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was really funny to look at, honestly. The rest of Lek's team just kind of walked out, and he was standing there like, guys, they're not here. You can press the W key, it's fine. They're not going to do anything. Now, we're in the situation, everyone's been here before, right? It's even Ubers, in choke, one team won the mid, but they didn't kill the enemy medic, so we're just going to be kind of here for a while. Wargasm's already sacked in, found absolutely nothing, because he bombed into both scouts, and it looks like Selected are wanting to be a little bit aggressive, never mind. Making space for their soldier, who, shock horror, actually manages to kill Tabby.
Yeah, they all turned around for Diggy there, and I mean, the distraction worked out. He just jumps on the Demo Man instead and gets that frag. Wargasm does manage to lock down the aggression by killing Demon, and now it looks like they are going to back out. And Nolo's Kingdom are actually pushing off this. They think that 2 soldiers is enough to go with, and they do pick up Bambi off the rest of this push, and the trade now coming out on the point, or at least Ascend using. Greenrab actually doing a good job to not have to use their. Fong is going behind. He can pressure the back cap, but with ×7 on the cap, I think this is absolutely fine. They're blocking anyone who could potentially block the midpoint. Wargasm watching that choke. So now they've got this Uber advantage. Nolo's Kingdom look like they want to go through PC with it. They've got Smile and Wargasm on the beam here. They've taken a lot of damage, so they're slowing it down quite a bit, but it's absolutely fine. There's not too much by way of resistance. Fong once again trying the back cap play. If this stack does work out, yes it does, so he'll be useless on mid for a while. They know he's back there. They look like they just want to go straight to mid, to last. No, Fong picks up Streep, so they'll slow down and back out of lobby for a second there. And now Ascend also getting his Uber, so we are on evens. Fong's still behind, trolling in PC a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot believe Fong is alive. He's like yelling and screaming at the enemy team to please finally put him out of his misery. It was so, like, honestly, I don't agree with him even going for the back cap there on second in the first place, because all he eventually ends up doing is announcing his presence to the world. It did end up kind of working, because players almost sort of kind of went backwards for him. He did force a stack, which allowed his own team to get space, get time to build up an Uber, but maybe it doesn't matter, because 2 of his team members, Bambi and DigiB, have actually gone down, but that's Tabby going down.
Oh no!
As the Uber comes back out, Hempus does go down, but meanwhile, Greenrab hasn't popped.
Yeah,
so they
I don't
walk back
really
here.
know why Ascend used that. I mean, Greenrab definitely made the correct decision there to drop Tabby, because having a full advantage to push into last is extremely useful. Unfortunately, they backed out too far!
No!
Greenrab's just gonna drop to Demon on the way back in. They didn't need to give up that much room, and Greenrab just dying to that single soldier bomb from Demon. Everything that they got themselves from a good play has just been thrown down the drain. It's not too bad, I want to say. Actually, it probably is, because it looks like they're all playing around choke. They should have stayed close, really, because just an Uber advantage isn't enough to push out of process last. They do get the kills when coming back in second, so they will be able to keep selected on their last for a while longer. In fact, they just want to push in straight away, despite the fact that Ascend is going to get his Uber any second. Smile is going to go down first. Hempus already playing the point, and Ascend forces once again with no clear threat. I don't know. Am I wrong? Was there something he should have used to there, or was it a panic pop because there was cap time?
I think it might have been a panic pop. I actually like that call coming out of Ngolo there, recognizing the fact that the red team just kind of decided that they didn't want their scouts to play with them anymore, sent them out on a nice little suicide mission. They both died. They walk in, they know that they don't even have to get the cap, they can just play around, get the force off the medic, and now they get to walk in with a nice full Uber charge advantage. Ascend is not even close to having it, but in the meantime, they're actually going to struggle a lot taking down the sentry. They're actually Streep going down to it, but now the only player really to go down so far is Smile, but that's Wargasm following him in the grave. Tabby not quite hitting the pipes, and it doesn't look like Ngolo are having the damage to really be able to finish off that cap. They had the ad, almost had the positioning, didn't quite find the frags, and now we are looking at Ascend moving out into second this time with the rest of his team. It's not just Fong and Bambi. People are actually walking with them.
Really not a successful Uber into last. You almost think they didn't have to be Ubered to do what they did with that Uber. You know what I mean? They kind of just waddled it forwards. There was no bomb. There was no focus of the sentry, and that's why it's unsuccessful in the end. But they use straight in here, and then Streep tries to sack for the force after Ascend has already used. So Streep just throws his life away there. Now Greenrab returning into mid with the Uber. They want to block this cap, but everyone's doing a perfect job of just scattering and splitting up from selected. Demon does go down, but they know that they can still fight this. They get Diggy B in behind. As the
Greenrab's actually not going down here. Finally gets taken down by Digi B, but now selected have sacked like 10 players onto mid here. But it looks like it's almost worked out, but then again, you realize that it's just Bambi. He does have his medic with him, so he's just going to be able to walk him right back out, I hope, and pray, but Wargasm, nice little rockets there, does take down Bambi. That's pretty much, it's basically the best case scenario. Obviously, you do want to find the kill onto Ascend, but realistically, just not going to happen there. Hits some nice rockets, takes down Bambi, and gonna respawn at some point.
We do have Streep hiding above the forward spawn. He gets called out as he bombs in. Nice direct onto Ascend, but not going to be enough to force him off. So it should be a free midpoint for selected. Although they've been very slow in taking this. They want to speed up right now. They're going all the way through sewer to try and get this before Greenrab gets his Uber in time. No one's close, so they're taking all this space for free. This should be a free second for selected as well. No real resistance shown from Noah's Kingdom on the second point there, which is fine. It's always okay to just do the safe option and get your Uber up in time for last.
Yeah, I mean, you can fight that if you are Ngolo, but then you run the risk of getting wiped or losing a bad fight. And then you're in a worse position than if you just decide to walk back. It's much safer play, they get to set up an NG, they get Demon Blade to jump into a sentry, and it's really funny. He goes down because he gets struggled, because that's how hit scan works. It's really fun. So Wargasm now, he's in for the counter sack onto second here. Actually just finds a scout kill onto Fong, shoots up a soldier, doesn't quite get the air shot. That would have been nice play out of him, but it does look like that is it for the first round of sacks. Hempus still on the engineer, of course. I'm not going to see anything that fun, but we are just going to look at players sacking in over and over again. Maybe an off class? Do you think we see it? There we are. Did see it.
I was just going to talk about how long there would be left until a round reset, but we've gone classic Div2 mode and executed the wrong config. I think we're still playing King of the Hill rules. Unless I'm wrong, is my timer just broken?
I think you are wrong, because my HUD is displaying 8.5 minutes left.
Okay.
Fong does get the counter snipe onto Smile, which now, crucially, doesn't actually mean they can push. It just means that Fong gets to peek a little bit more aggressively and hopefully get another pick, which then they can use. He gets the kill onto Streep. So now he gets to finally finally, maybe take a shot on the medic, but that's Smile up already. Fong just walks into a sentry gun, and he can't do anything. And this sniper now is awful, because he can't peek anywhere and hope to get anything. So he's just gonna walk around trying to pick off players again, but he could also just be doing this on scout. Like, there's, I don't like this.
He got the best opportunity you can have with a sniper. He got 2 frags, but that sentry on the point just means there's nothing you can do with it. You can't get any of the crucial frags. He's now looking through 1. He doesn't have any backup. His demo man's not sticking him out or anything. He just has Bambi here to try and fight in case anyone pushes him. He's going to rotate, take another angle in lobby, just clear the stickies here.
Smile just going to be on spy. Check the fact that Fong, yes, is still on sniper. No, he hasn't had the opportunity to go back into respawn while we were waiting. I like the spy a lot more because I feel like it's just generally like a better shot at getting the medic. You at least, as the spy, have an opportunity to actually get in and get a kill onto the medic, where the chances of the sniper Fong walking in and hero shotting Greenrab right now are just so astronomically slim that it just should never happen. It feels like the spy can at least walk forwards and has a decent chance to backstab the medic, but it looks like Smile just wants to hold last as spy.
Yeah, he's getting into lobby now. He's going up this corridor towards top IT. Fong in the meantime still poking around lobby, not quite finding anything. Wargasm actually pushing him, will get a free pick onto Fong there, and he takes down Bambi as well. In the meantime, Smile is just butter knifing the rest of the team. They're so low on the side of Selected. Demon and Lek both down to double digits of health, but there's no more pressure to get those frags with, and we've just ended up with a 2-for-2 trade. Nothing much at the end of the day.
Fong is still sniping. Man, I don't know. I'm
I mean,
trying to
I
be
don't
positive,
mind it,
trying to be happy, but
but
DGB almost kills himself with stickies. It's just one of those. Like, how does Fong do anything here on the sniper?
yeah, last time they got 2 picks and they went for a Fong hero shot. Off of 2 picks, you can do other things. You want to spam that sentry down. You want to take a side for free rather than just relying on only a sniper to do everything for your team. That's really not how it works. And I think that's a classic mindset that gets people stuck in stalemate so much of the time, is just like, oh, we'll just wait for our sniper to get a pick. Most of the time, it's not going to work. Or if you do get a pick, what now? Like, have you thought about that? Do teams know how to deal with situations that arise from that? And Smile is just chilling on second point right now.
Yeah, he's
holding his
doing a
little
bit of
sapper
parkour.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Maybe eventually he's going to go for the medic, but it looks like... I mean, I guess, I don't want to start talking about this too much, because he is on spy, so he's kind of threatening this medic play any minute. But it feels like the longer I wait, the more... Oh, never mind. Is he going to go for anything? I really want to talk about something else.
Oh,
Smile.
no, Ascend
He's going to
just turned
uncloak in front of the entire enemy team. Chat, this is not funny. This is not funny. Don't laugh. That was not funny.
Oh, in the meantime, Demon sacks straight into a sentry gun and gets blasted out of the sky. Fong does actually get an angle into Green Rabbit. It's only a body shot, though. He gets punished for it by Tavi and Wargasm in one door there. And Ascend actually forces off in one as well. This is atrocious play from Selected right now. Wargasm going to bomb forwards, make a space on second. Ngolo's Kingdom need to hurry up and get this point. And they can run this Uber advantage forward into mid and maybe even into second if they act fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to roll this quite well. Fong is still on sniper. He's gonna try to go for the hero shot here once again. Maybe like the 10th time is the charm, you know? So they always say, it's the classic saying. Actually, Demon Blade just gonna bomb into the point, try to do the sniper's job for him. As Green Rab's actually getting really low, gets the force. Now, Fong, why are you playing sniper? Please get off this class. Your demo is dead. He's still here. Oh my god, please. He's not backspawn. There.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But in the meantime, Noah's Kingdom have actually really just disrespected and taken all of second off this as well. Ascend does have the Uber advantage, but is pushing out last. They actually get frag on Wargasm, so it's very doable now. Smile looks like he's in the mood to feed as well, and he does. So Now, very easy push out here for Selected, getting on to second once again. They have a 40% ad still. If they want to use this for mid, will be another question. We'll see if they carry on with this momentum.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go in pretty fast though. Green Rap's already 85%. They should probably be able to take mid. The question is if anything further is gonna happen. There's actually one soldier. Sheep is testing the water step, bombing across, doesn't actually end up happening anything at all. Fong's actually gone down to Hempus, and that's Bambi going down to Tavi as well. 3 kills. Not 3 kills, 2 kills, I thought. No, player's going down. There we go. A Green Rap gets forced by DigiB towards the end there, but it still honestly doesn't matter that much. Demon Blade and Ascent, they can't hold second. They're forced back onto last, and yes, they have the Uber ad, but this gives Ngolo a perfect opportunity to force them as they come back into second and like pretty much push the Uber back into their favor and just sit back and choke.
I really like
wait.
this funny spot. Street on the boxes. Wargasm just bombing forwards to show where they are, but actually they use straight out from the lower door, which allows 2 soldiers to go straight for last. They have no one on the cap. They just need to work together to take down DigiB here. Oh, oh my god, Street! Okay. He gets taken down, but he got the bigger play. Who cares about winning the official when you hit that skybox shot?
Yeah, I mean, he's at the end of the day, Bum. In half a year's time, what are you gonna think about? Are you gonna think about that time you went Div2 finals and you went in and you killed a single soldier and got the back cap, or
there's
are you
an
gonna think
Uber
about
here
the time
straight
you went
into Ascend's face? Actually, he gets taken down.
Oh,
and Demon and Bambi both getting crushed in rollout. There's cap time on second as well. Fong gonna go down to Smile. This could be Ngolo Kingdom's first round on the board. It's a 4v2. They're running in through rollout.
Yeah, this is they took Selected take
Shoot
that
the
fight. I don't. These stickies are just holding them off.
Please.
Someone just shoot them, please.
No,
You have a soldier right there. Click on the point, and everything doesn't matter. Pumphrey's holding hell. Guys,
Oh no!
this isn't funny. It just hurts.
There's a scout literally standing on the point. There's sticky bombs in front of him. The scattergun can remove those. It literally physically deletes them from the point, and you shoot 1 or 2 of them and you win the round right there. Instead, they're just dicking around trying to kill a lone soldier. They allow all the respawns. At least they still have this Uber advantage. In they come. Tavi's just getting juggled by Fong there. And the sentry gun still alive on the right side of the point. They've only got 1 frag and the sentry with this Uber. Bombing forwards now, doing a bunch of damage onto the spawn door. Ascend going to go down here on the right-hand side. They're getting all the frags. They just need to get this cap time now. They have shot the stickies, and they're winning the round.
Yeah, it feels like they should have won that like a minute earlier, but I guess they got there in the end, so no worries. We all make mistakes. So, yeah, Ngolo 1 round up, and it feels like Selected, where they did seem to have a much better understanding of how to play a product, it doesn't seem to be applying here to Process. It was like Ngolo, they're much more able to sort of catch out Selected when they make these sort of, honestly, really strange plays onto the enemy team. They sack in like 4 players and they counter it perfectly. Not perfectly, they counter it on the side of Ngolo here. Actually moving forward right now, DigiB just gets absolutely slammed there on mid. Tries to go for something, but he's not getting anything right now. Demon goes in for a bomb as well, gets nothing, goes down. That's 2 kills. Both soldiers are dead on the side of Selected. So now Ngolo, they're just electing to walk in the second here. Gonna want to fight it actually. Tavi just spamming him out. No kills, no further kills. Getting caught out, like almost goes down. Gets out, and now, even Ubers, we're on last.
Yeah, this is a good job. Both teams just met each other on mid. Wargasm being the first player to get a frag. He denied one of those soldiers on the point, and it was all just momentum from there. Winning that 5v6 fight, just forcing people out, and then getting second off it for free as well. Just really the perfect thing that you want after getting your first round. Smile looks like he's just feeding for an off-class here. He's going to spawn, likely on Sniper. Demon in with a counter-sack straight into Tavi's stickies, predicted with ease. So yeah, that's pretty much all you want, is to win a convincing mid-fight after getting your first round, because now you can just lock the enemy team on their last for as long as you want, realistically.
Yeah, I mean there is a definite world here where where it's actually better for selected, even if let's just like be completely pessimistic and say that this round timer goes all the way back down to almost 0. It's actually worth it for Nolo to just push in and just go for something because they'd rather have the round reset because they'd rather like not have the round reset and just have the enemy team cap the point so they don't go to middle and have to take another, like, I guess a coin flip almost, it seems like, to sort of reset and end up in a potentially disadvantageous position instead.
Yeah,
Honestly,
hopefully we don't have to think about that though. We've got Smile.
Fong is sniping.
Yeah, Smile and Fong both on sniper. Smile was just kind of chilling in lobby by himself. All of Nolo's Kingdom are literally just staying on second. Rather than taking room with their sniper, they were just kind of like letting him do what he wants and kind of baiting him in lobby, I suppose. They haven't really been proactive about using this sniper. It might just be more of a deterrent, as he actually does just run in through 2 for a hero shot right now. Doesn't get what he wants and goes down very quickly.
Very quickly indeed. That's one sniper dead. So DGB trying to respond, gets into green wrap, hits no rockets onto him, hits Streep for 100. So, we're pretty much back where we started. Fong is still sniping, and again, I just kind of have to wonder, like...
Smile's on Spy instead, though. He was
Yeah.
sniping before. I don't think this team was really trying to do anything with that sniper. They didn't seem to be playing around it at all, so maybe the Spy will be the better choice for them.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like it's the safer player, right? But that is Fong. Think he's spotted out the Spy here. So he disguises along. Here's hoping that he actually stays on Spy, because I do think we have established already that the Spy probably better than the Sniper. Never mind.
I mean,
Fong
with the
doesn't
with
agree.
the dispenser up on last, Ascender's just literally got his back to the wall. This is like one of the hardest positions for you to counter as a Spy. You've got that sentry gun's eyes on you all the time. The medic really doesn't have to do anything unless the rest of your team helps you out with it, and it looks like they're not. They're just chilling on second. There's no committal in lobby. They don't want to take any ground. They're just literally leaving Smile all on his own to do all the hard work here. You need players inside lobby. These players are just willing to sit around and do nothing on second. You need to be creating some pressure for Smile to work off of, and no one's even walked into lobby for God knows how long.
Yeah, the thing about this is that, yes, Ascend is stuck where Smile can't get to him, but this is actually fairly easily spammable by the projectile classes.
Yeah, if
Nolo.
only they were to spam them, you know?
Yeah, if they actually were to you know, like, stop picking their nose or whatever they're doing, you know, talking about their day, you know, what did you have for lunch today? As Wargasm just walks in, but he doesn't quite get the memo, just decides to walk in, he's bored, goes down, I guess it's back to, like, eating dinner, or whatever.
Yeah, like, a sack isn't the kind of pressure I was talking about either. That doesn't perform anything that helps Smile to do his job, you know? They need to be taking players' eyes off him, they need to be distracting from 5, spamming the sentry, spamming Ascend, things like this, that will actually help Smile make a play. Just sacking in, I mean, best case scenario, you do 100 to Ascend and Smile has to pistol him down, but
I mean,
right now it's just fully selected in control of lobby, but Nolo's team don't care, they're in control of the game. What
he tried his best, but it didn't go. He goes for the Assassin's Creed, there's a dispenser in the way, lands on the head, hits him, you know, like, shanks his scalp a little bit, it's a bit of blood, but that's about it. He gets taken down by the sentry.
Just
Wargasm's
really
dead
no
as
team
well.
play. You really need to play as a team. It's Team Fortress 2, Wandum.
Are you sure? But
I've
play
heard.
MGE.
Oh, that's not Team Fortress 2, that's like Social Reject Fortress.
Yeah,
This
you know,
time-
I prefer one-on-one combat, just me and the enemy, you know? We're in it together.
Oh my god, wait, they found out where lobby is. They've,
Wait,
they've achieved... They've got into lobby on the map.
Oh! This is so exciting now. What are they going to do? This is a whole new world of
This
opportunity.
is real progress towards finding out where the last point is. When they find that out, I mean... Who knows what might happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
This time it's Fong on Spy. Smile gets taken down by a sentry. We'll see if he comes up on an off class. And Fong could use this opportunity to get into position as Spy. Looks like he's just going to switch off to something else.
I think he's going to wait and spawn for Smile to spawn so he can check for the off classes, see what he's going to go for. Smile actually cheekily goes onto the sniper, gets off it again, in the hopes that it tricks Fong. But then you realize that even if he's on the sniper, Ascend would be holding in the exact same position.
There is 5 minutes left on the clock, by the way, so Ngolo's Kingdom's strategy has kind of worked out, just running this clock down. Smile goes down in lobby again. Fong gets a stab onto Wargasm, so with 2 picks, they are going to finally be able to push out here. They are getting the space, denying Hempus off this high ground. Greenrab not attached to any of his players. No one's getting the heals they need. This Uber could be devastating, but Tavi gets flashed just in time. This trade is actually working out perfectly for Ngolo's Kingdom. They're just delaying the time for their respawns to come in, and that's exactly what's happened. Now they're 6 up again. Fong and Demon on the other team are down. Looks like they want to get into lobby off this, but that sentry gun is still up on last. Going to make it a bit difficult to get in here. But once again, they can just play the safe bet, back out, let the round timer run down. There's 2 minutes 30. We can see another mid-fight.
I mean, it's going to be another mid-fight with like a minute left. So it's literally going to come down to the situation where I think Ngolo at this point, they're looking at a situation where the optimal play for them is in like a minute or so. When the round is about to end, just go in anyway. Completely dry push it if you have to, because it's a much safer play for them to not risk that mid-fight where they could all get wiped and lose. It's much easier for them to just like sack in everyone, because if you sack everyone and everyone dies, at least they get to hold last. Like with an Uber charge, they can just get it in time if they delay like just even a little bit. As Demon going down already, looks
and
like
Fong
selected.
Overcommitted as well. They cut off his exit with the stickies and just focused on that frag. So with 2 picks, they're doing the right thing. They're going all the way through 5. They know it's free. There's no sentry gun. They're just taking the space, and they force Ascend. Greenrab actually uses off in return. Wargasm gets dropped from the
He
Uber
flashes
there.
so many players. It's only onto DigiB, but it lasts so much longer there. That's honestly, I expected more there. There's actually Smile and Streep going down finally.
Yeah,
It's
ideally
3
there,
dead.
if you're Greenrab, you just tell everyone to get back. If someone's fully committed, you let them die. That's absolutely fine. You've
This
got
is
an
the
Uber
dream
charge
scenario.
out, but for like one of your players. However, using in return and then flashing that much and still dropping players, it just lets Selected out of last for free. They're getting all the way to mid off this, and it's not even an advantage for them. They're just taking these fights
This
and
is
delaying
completely
the spawn
fine for
waves.
Ngolo. Like, sure, they lost second, but it doesn't matter, because they'd much rather be in this situation with 2 minutes left and still having an Uber charge advantage, mind you, instead of like, if honestly Selected should have just not pushed for another minute and gotten the mid fight, because it would have set them up in a better position to win the game than where they are right now. They have 2 minutes, even Ubers, they have to go in right now, and it has to be a force, but DigiB gets completely shut down. Very nice shot out of Wargasm, and that
Oh, and
puts a
Wargasm
massive
gets
spanner
leg
in the
as
works.
well.
Leg going down as well. This is horrible for Selected.
Yeah, so Ngolo's Kingdom now can just put the pressure on, but Demon with the flank from Sewers forces out the Uber. It's become a trade in the choke here. Wargasm getting killed in the exchange, and they need to run this momentum forwards, but it's just not happening. Bambi and Demon immediately shut down. Looks like Fong is left high and dry as well. DigiB in for the salvage, but Greenrab with a nice surf. I mean, it would take a miracle at this point. Selected, they're 4 down, there's 1 minute left, and the midpoint is going to get recaptured. I don't know if it's even possible, Wanda.
I mean, it is technically possible if all of Ngolo spontaneously combust right now. If somebody gets a hold of the Archon that just accidentally slash kills the entire enemy team, they could do it. It's gonna take something like that though. Like realistically, Nolo should not be losing at this point. They are in control. They have and they're 1 round up. It's 40 seconds left. But Selected, they know they have to go right now, and they're gonna have to take a really good fight. But Tavi starts it off by taking down Lek, and that just makes it borderline impossible for Selected to do anything. The damage completely taken out of their hands. DigiB, Demon, and Bambi go down as well. And now, despite Stroop and Wargasm going down, it's gonna be Fong walking in with Ascend alone. There's nobody else with them right now. Ascend is actually even disconnected from Fong. Just walks onto the point, walks into like 10 players on the point. That is that is a very depressing way to end this.
It's GG is what it is.
Yeah, it's GG as well. There's 2 seconds left.
Yeah, so 1-1 in maps. Nolo's Kingdom taking us to the third. I believe with the way that the seeding system works, we're going to be on another selected map pick, which might be tricky.
Do you want to have a guess about how much fun we're going to have next map? We're going into Sunshine Bum Freeze, which is a really easy loss to push.
So the thing is, Nolo's Kingdom won the game, but they didn't do it convincingly at all. They didn't impress me with anything particularly. In fact, it was more that they got that 1 round and then just decided to not do anything. There was so many things that they weren't doing that I think put more of an outline on this game than what they were doing. We saw a lot of time of just sitting on that last with neither team even wanting to look at each other. And if Nolo's Kingdom can't make the plays happen, then we're just gonna watch them get rolled over again, is what I expect.
I mean, yeah, it feels like if Selected can just get their stuff together and take the have the sort of hubris that they had on Product, take the 1v1s, take those fights, because they were winning them on the first map. This time on Process, they're playing so safe, and it's just not working. It feels like, honestly, they had every opportunity to win, then they didn't do it, and it's pretty sad. We have some logs, but honestly, look at them. It's just one of those 1-0 games where there's just nothing much to talk about.
Yeah, this is a classic no one over 200 DPM sort of thing, isn't it? We've got Wargasm 275, but I mean, yeah, it's just as we were saying. The logs don't tell us much about this game. It was more that in the few things that did happen, Nolo's Kingdom were playing better. Nolo's Kingdom could have played even better by actually trying to do something and maybe, taking advantage of some of the advantages they were gifted. But if you're just playing slow like that, in the future, if it doesn't go your way, if you're not winning those fights like you happen to on Process, you're not going to be able to get the gear going, You're not going to be able to get the engine into gear, sorry, is what I was meaning to say. They'll just be stuck not knowing what to do. They'll be a round down instead of a round up, and they won't know how to push or do anything with it.
Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, you're just kind of not having fun playing the game anymore because you're barely playing TF2. As a soldier, you're just standing there shooting a rocket, same spot for 10 minutes. Oh, my scout gets to walk in and die. Guys, I'm playing sniper now. So he just stands, just spam, and it's not that fun. And so at this point, if I could, I would be doing an ASMR stream right now, but unfortunately, my current microphone doesn't allow for me to put my mouth really close and have it be ASMR. It just kind of sounds like this, which is not ASMR. So we're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's not ASMR. Don't do that, please.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Don't worry, guys. It's yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Nolo's Kingdom though. Obviously, they won the map. They did do better in the scenarios that were played out. So, by no means am I saying that they shouldn't have won, but they definitely could have done more with what they were given. And yeah, I expect to see a different pace from them this map, because this is Selected's map pick. I imagine they're quite good at it if they've picked it. So it won't just be a walk in the park that you can camp them on last for. At least hopefully not, because I don't want to watch that again.
I mean, I guess there's the argument, the one sort of piece of solace we might be able to take in this is that I do think that Demon Blade and DGB have been like outperforming their counterparts in the opponent's side of the field, and I think we can agree that Sunshine is a lot better for soldiers than Product is. I think they might have more opportunity to do a whole lot more on a lot of these points. We're probably, I don't bum freeze. I'm gonna be honest. I think we're just gonna see process again. Like, it's gonna come down to who can maybe press the W key a little bit. I think honestly, like, Sunshine last is even harder to push than process. It takes so much. There's a lot of damage, especially if you have the sentry gun. You have the heavy that comes out a little bit delayed as well, so you sort of space it all out, the amount of damage that the opponent team needs to deal in order to win and to be able to kill the opponent, and it just makes it so hard. So
I would definitely agree with you. We've been seeing a lot more out of Wargasm and Demon. Demon and Digi than we have from Wargasm and Streep. Don't know whether that's indicative of anything. They've changed color again, so I'm getting confused.
Oh my god. They don't want us to cast this game bomb.
Demon and Digi definitely getting a lot more forces onto Green Rab than vice versa. Ascend doing a lot better to hold on to those Ubers a lot of the time. On top of that, we've seen a couple of miss bombs out of Streep, like bombing into people who have already called out his position, bombing into an Uber that's already been used, things like this. Just minor miscommunications can cause you to throw away frags, which just lead to bigger advantages than you needed to give up.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're seeing. At the end of the day, it's kind of hard. You have to remind yourself that this isn't Prem, and like, fortunately, that means that the comms just won't be the same as we did ready up, but then Green Rab timed out immediately, so I don't think we actually readied up, guys.
Yeah, hopefully this round's gonna get reset. Yeah, looks like they've agreed to reset this round. Fake ready up. Sorry, everyone. False alarm.
LOL.
But the other thing I was going to say is that theoretically, Selected shouldn't have even lost that map. Yeah, right? It's very impressive for Nolo's Kingdom to take that map, because that's the first map that Selected have lost all season. They had a perfect record coming into playoffs. They've went 10-0 in the regular season. And I don't know, from that, you wouldn't expect it to be close at all, but here we are on the third map. And it looks like, I mean, with how close that last game was, all it could take is Nolo's Kingdom winning a convincing round and then just putting the foot down on the brake super hard, and they come out with an upset win on top of Div2. So going live for the second time. This is map 3, hopefully for real this time.
Yeah, definitely real.
Nolo's Kingdom versus Selected. We're getting over to the first mid on Sunshine. Product won 3-0 by Selected, and Process won 1-0 by Nolo's Kingdom. Both teams taking their own cafe side. DGB just hiding out in the flower area, seeing if he can wait for a time to bomb. In fact, it's him who gets bombed, easily shut down by Street and a scout there. So 6v5 fight. This is their indication to go forwards. Wargasm bombing forwards first. Tavi going down though. All the frags being traded here on the low ground. Just a chaotic fight. Green Rab actually gets his Uber in time. Ascend doesn't even have it yet, but he's just using this Uber to run out of mid. That was a strange mid fight. It looked like it should have been Nolo's to win from the start.
Yeah, that pick onto DigiB at the beginning of the mid really set up Nolo to get a really good fight onto them. They had a nice positioning as well. The other soldier, Demon Blade, did try to get aggressive, but the positioning just wasn't quite there. They're actually stuck at the enemy flower pretty much the entire time. It made it so hard for them, but luckily, somehow Nolo weren't quite able to do much. They're actually sitting with an ad here. As we were saying this, if this push works out, which is a big if, I have to admit, we would see that this game could already be decided. But that's DigiB going down. They do get the sentry kill off it, but I don't think they have time to wait here. Green Rap is already 80%, and it looks like, nope, never mind. DigiB sacked in to find the sentry, and now...
Yeah, did they forget that Green Rap used out to get out of mid? They should have known they had an advantage there. I don't think sacking was the best play they could have made. But I suppose that's the play they went with. There's almost always a sentry up on this last, makes it very, very difficult to get bombs in. So we do actually see Smile is sniping on the defense here. No off classes as of yet for selected.
There was an opportunity there when he came back up, but that's a nice little headshot there by Smile onto Fong. Probably, more than likely, he's going to instigate a sniper from the other side. I really hate to see it, because, like, sniping, I mean, like, look at sniping into Lost. Those sightlines are absolutely atrocious. Even Smile trying to snipe out of Lost is finding no luck. Tries to push into lower and meets two soldiers and dies.
Yeah, I don't know if these people really know how to play sniper in a team environment. It seems like the players get one pick, hold W and go for hero shot. There's really so much more you can do with it with that player advantage. If you just had your teammates there backing you up, if they were helping him get an angle onto somewhere, he could maybe just full hard scope, body shot down another kill, and then suddenly it's a completely different story. Whereas if you're just running forwards into lobby against two soldiers, you're never going to get anything from that. You might as well have just sacked a soldier and done a 1-for-1 sack wave rather than whatever it is they're trying to do on sniper. But actually Smile goes down here. DigiB bombing forwards to try and get that soldier away from his team as well, as they now spam down the sentry gun. Good initiation from selected. Demon is still in on this far left side from their perspective. Bambi's going to just start playing the point now. They've created an opportunity out of nothing. Unfortunately, Ascend does drop him from the Uber, so it's just a trade on the point between Demon and two scouts from the opposing team. Now it looks like Ascend is going to get out with his life. Demon will die for it though. DigiB's getting chased down in lower by Smile. If this frag goes the way of Nolo, they could push out here. They don't actually get any more frags, but there's a lot of space. If they peek out now, they could take a fight here. Looks like they're going to, as they do move towards this lighthouse position. Fong's caught out on the point with no health. He's going to go down. Lek as well dying. That's a crucial pick in the fight. Definitely guaranteeing second, and they can even run this momentum into mid, Wandum.
Yeah, they can indeed. Bambi going down there at the very beginning of the fight makes it so hard. I really like that play, honestly. Onto last, they did get a lot of space for absolutely nothing. There's a soldier on the banner, but right now it doesn't really seem to matter that much. I think it should be Demon Blade, but DigiB actually goes down here. This makes it a lot harder. Wait, never mind. The Ubers actually popped out of both teams. They're trading this on mid right now. Nobody really has the higher ground, but that is Tabby and Smile kind of locking everything down, but Tabby's gone down. This is really bad now. That Demo Man is so much damage, so much area denial that's no longer present for Nolo. Streep gets taken down by a nice little arrow there from Ascend, and that's two players up. It's just Green Rab and Hempus. This might be an opportunity, but realistically, because Green Rab didn't die and he's already like inside of last spawn, I don't think this is gonna turn into anything more. There was an opportunity for like a soldier or a player to go into last tier and actually use the player ad to sort of get a nice little hiding spot, get in onto the medic of Green Rab, but no. Setting up on second down. That was something
on mid that we've seen before, which seems to be a miscommunication from Nolo's Kingdom of what they're actually doing with the Uber, and we saw some of the players in the Uber thinking that they had to chase with it, and just whilst their medic was retreating, the Uber gets flashed off them, they immediately get focus fired down and just die within a millisecond of the Uber coming off them. So maybe they're getting a bit overzealous or miscommunicating what the plan is, because off the back of that trade, there shouldn't be 2 players dying immediately from going too deep, but that is what we saw on mid there. We have Hempus on Spy, and Demon on the banner has it almost built up now. Now he has it up to full. So we could see a trade and banner type play. Demon's going to pop it now. It's just going to hold it, see where they can use this opportunity. Looks like they're just going to go left side, same as before. He's still holding it, hasn't had to use it out yet. They want to spam this sentry down ideally, but it's in a perfect position behind that tube in the middle of the point now. Demon's just going to use this banner for a sack, but Greenrab takes absolutely no damage. Double soldier down.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get that sentry gun because it does such a good job, because it aims on its own, of just completely denying a soldier bomb in onto Greenrab. But Greenrab doesn't really matter, it's absolutely pervious. But that's a really nice force there coming out onto Greenrab. That scout there, Bong is just actually completely dancing all around Ngolo right now. Tabby's actually going to get caught out in lobby. This is looking really good for Selected now. That's 2 kills. Wargasm and Tabby have gone down. But Selected, they're going to have to find his NG kill. There's actually nothing on point right now. They could just walk all over it. The sentry has gone down finally. And that's Bambi just on the point right now. Nobody's there to deny it. It's just 1 scout. There we go. First round on the 3rd map for Selected. Finally, they answer back after like over 30 minutes of not winning anything.
Yeah, this is the classic mistake you see quite a lot of people underestimating how difficult it is to push out of last. If you do elect to go off those picks there, you really can't be using first, and you really can't be getting chased back to last with their Uber and losing 2 players in lobby. That just means you're basically 4v6 for last. So good round from Selected there, capitalizing off that failed push as we come into the second mid. Oh, Greenrab is so low at the start of this mid, down to 7 health before he's even been bombed. Demon now taking the space will pick off Wargasm. Greenrab has just been out this fight for pretty much the entire mid. He was the most far forward member on his team, caught all of that damage, and that just means he has to get out. He has to bait his team pretty much to get out with his life. So they go 4 down, they'll lose mid and second from it. Demon is actually already taking space on last, but Greenrab is nice and safely tucked away in spawn. So again, we'll see an uber equal situation here into Ngolo Kingdom's last. Actually, digging Demon! Oh my god! I cannot believe that rocket got the drop onto Greenrab there. Big 15-second respawn. Selected could go right now, but it looks like they're going to elect to play the ad. I honestly cannot believe that rocket connected in the spawn door.
Wait, was that DGB and not Demon Blade? Because I kind of yelled Demon Blade.
It's fine. I went over the top of you with Diggy B, hopefully. Hopefully that salvaged it for the clip. But here comes the Uber advantage push now. Demon's just scouting out the top. Looks like they're going to use onto Lek and Bambi round the corner. Bombing straight in. Sentry guns down immediately. Wargasm caught out on the Pyro. Moving across to the left side of the point now. The Heavy goes down straight away. This is a perfect Uber ad push coming out of Selected here. Tavi down. Just Streep and Greenrab left alive. They're capping the point right now. That was just clinical.
That was a really nice execution off of that absolute heroic play there out of DGP. Very nice stuff. Greenrab, honestly, getting a little caught out there. I'm surprised that's not actually Greenrab's fault. Now that I sort of speak that out in my head a little bit more. There was an NG looking at that soldier. There was a scout also should have just been with Greenrab, able to deny that bomb in. There's no way that should work. Fortunately for Greenrab,
he was through the spawn door as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that should never work. But we are on now to the third mid. I actually didn't think we'd get hit, but it looks like already that is one player. Hempers does go down, but so does Ascend. Tavi goes down. Now it's just Smile. He's 35 HP. He's going to meet back up with Greenrab in Flower, but it looks like he's going to get chased right now. Bambi's just walking in through Choke. Tries to take the fight, but that Demon actually with a kill onto Smile. But luckily for Greenrab, looks like Bambi kind of flubbed the winger jump, so he wasn't able to chase. Wait, Demon's just in on last. Okay.
Greenrab's not going to fall for that one twice in a row. He's keeping that spawn door nice and closed. And now, actually, with this Uber advantage, they have second for free, Both players actually chased for the frag onto Greenrab, and Lek was only 9 health. He didn't want to risk capping mid up on his own, even though when you think about it, he probably could have with everyone else backing out. But I can understand why he wouldn't want to. Now the Uber advantage coming in for Greenrab. He gets forced immediately from above Cafe. That's DigiB. Lek also picking up 2 great frags on the soldiers with a sticky trap there. So it's all crumbled off this Uber push into mid. They might not even cap the midpoint up here if, yeah, the scouts do get there in time to block it, and this should just be a crunch in the choke. They've stayed around way too long and they get punished for it. Ngolo's Kingdom getting greedy, trying to steal that cap there. Now it's going to be another 100% add into last.
Lek did go down, but I feel like, honestly, Selected should just be pushing this anyway. Bambi's actually already walking into right side. There's a soldier bombing in, does get that force. Sticky's on the point, but it doesn't matter. Wargasm goes down. Second soldier right about to join him. That's Streep going down. Hempers is dead. The Smile actually does get single kill onto Bambi, but it's just Greenrab on the point. Never mind, it's actually a scout with him so far, but it's now... There we go. Tabby goes down. That's another round.
Yeah,
Really nice play, honestly, there by Lek. Finding those 2 soldier kills at the beginning. Tabby going down as well. Completely opened that up for Selected.
A mixture of nice play by Selected to get those initial kills, and then just a pretty bad mistake from Ngolo's Kingdom, sticking around for too long on mid, biting off more than they can chew, and just getting punished immediately afterwards. So, good job by Selected to isolate that mistake. Into the 4th mid now. We haven't seen Ngolo's Kingdom win one yet, I believe, as Wargasm gets juggled straight into Ascend but doesn't get the kill. Everyone else on the team, though, getting the frags they need. Ascend will get out with his life, but this is a mid-fight for Ngolo's Kingdom. Could be the start of a comeback.
It could well be. I mean, we are still looking at 17 minutes left of the map, so they definitely do have the time. But I think the important factor to consider here is that the Ascend did get out alive, which means that he's going to have Uber by the time that Ngolo realistically would be pushing last time. That's actually Tabby. Gets a really nice force there. Nice little kill. Not kill, never mind. But now Ascend, he's walking out into low. There's nobody quite with him. Tabby could do so much work here with the sticky bombs in lobby. Only finds a single kill onto Fong, but that's DigiB getting caught down on the flank as well. It's 2 dead now for Selected. They're going to have to be. They're a little bit on the back foot already. Do walk in onto the right side right now. It's just Bambi on the point. He's fighting against everyone. Nobody's quite there. Greenrab actually gets taken a little bit low by Bomb, but Demon Blade does get taken down. However, there's so many players on the point. Not enough health, not enough bodies. Heavy actually does a lot of work, but that is just Wargasm stepping on the point. Finishing off a cap.
That was downright stupid by Selected, and they deserve to lose that. I mean, it's 6v6, even Ubers, and you're just pushing out of last for no discernible reason, using first on the way out. That are just terrible all round. I'm not sure what that decision was, or if they thought they had ad, but they rightfully get punished for it, so there's 1 round on the board for Ngolo's Kingdom. As we do see, ooh, Demon getting airshot by Wargasm there, but Wargasm's going to be the one to die as Demon gets arrowed back up to full. Fong and DigiB, the next casualties of the fight. Bambi also getting picked off. Streep now in behind, getting onto Ascend. Will he finish this frag? Yes, he will. This is perfect for the comeback of Ngolo's Kingdom. They're going to have 100% Uberad for last now. This is turning around pretty quickly, Wandum.
Yeah, but they're actually electing to stack their players on the point here, which I really don't agree with. In that situation where you kill pretty much everyone, you should just be walking into second already. Especially because the first spawner out of Selected was a demo man. You kind of give him a lot more room to set up a trap that otherwise would have been set up if you were able to pressure him a little bit more. Giving him a little bit of freedom you don't need to give him. But it does look like, however, Ngolo are actually there in onto... already. Uber is popped out here on top left, sentry taken down, but now they're going to have to look for follow-up picks. Nothing really going down quite yet, as Demon Blade finally gets taken down, but that's a heavy coming out. Fong is so much health, but Ascend gets taken down. It's just left and Fong up. He actually gets 1 kill onto that scout area, but no, never mind. There's a lot of damage coming out of Ngolo, and they are able to clean that up. Another round there coming off of a mid-fight. Not going in the way of Selected, and suddenly Ngolo are looking like they're almost back in this.
Yeah, nicely done by Ngolo there. They kind of flubbed the Uber. Tavi whiffed his jump and they only got the sentry gun with it, but By the end of the Uber, they were all linked up on the same side, all damaging the same things, just playing the team fight afterwards perfectly, getting all the frags and getting that second round on the board. Mid-fight number 6, both teams going a different way to usual. They're actually taking each other's cafe this time. And Streep has got behind the entire enemy team. He's figured out what they were doing, but Bambi and Demon will shut that down. They expected it. Wargasm and Fong also falling on the point as Hempus gets picked up. We're in a 3v4 fight, and it looks like Ngolo's Kingdom are just going to run away. DigiB electing not to chase. Looked like he wanted to for a second, but this is probably the wiser decision. They have 1 round advantage still. They can slow it down. And Greenrab and his team are so far back. If they had actually poked in there, they could have found a lot of space to take Selected, but they've just slowed things down. Will be even Ubers between middle and second here. Do you expect an off-class Wandum?
I mean, at some point we're probably going to see a sack. It's even Ubers at this point. Second, but it's honestly, it's so hard to sack somebody into second on Sunshine. There's a lot of space you need to cover. There's just a lot of ground. Realistically, you not really send a soldier in. DigiB's gone down there on the flank. You're gonna have to do some kind of skip jump, and you just announce yourself so fast. Even if you go onto mid here, there's so much time for the enemy scouts to react and just kind of shoot you out of the air. So
Streep
does jump forward, but
Ascend.
Streep going down. Smile's actually gone down as well to Lek. 2 kills, and now Selected could be going on to the aggressive side here. They could be shifting gears. Sorry, it's actually Hempus gets caught out by a nice little pipe by Lek, but this should be all she wrote for that aggression. The Ubers are traded. Never mind. Wargasm gets caught out here. 2 players dead. It feels like Selected. They're gonna catch out Tavi as well. Nobody's with him. He's alone in lobby. What are you doing right now? Smile tries to go back in to save his teammates, but it's too little, too late. As everyone goes down, that is a disastrous trade. Oh no, how did you do that?
Yeah, that was one little mistake by Smile, just causing a domino effect. Streep was sacking in. Smile dies during his sack as well, so that's 2 down. Selected then have the opportunity to get in through every entrance. They absolutely surrounded Nolo's Kingdom. They killed some players before Greenrab could use off the Uber, so he just had to use it to escape, and from there it's just absolutely terrible for them. Selected doing a good job to capitalize off of Smile's little mistake there and win a round from it. Onto mid-fight number 7. Streep immediately bombing behind. This is the call for the enemy team to aggress, and they do. They get 2 frags with it. Bambi also onto the medic of Greenrab, taking a nice swift kill there. Now everyone else on Nolo's Kingdom needs to sack onto Ascend, but they, for some reason, focused Bambi down. Your medic's already dead. You don't need to avenge him. You need to kill the enemy team's medic.
I mean, maybe they think they're like playing League of Legends or something where they're trying to get the bounty gold, but you're not. Playing TF2, and the medic is really important now. Ascend, it's kind of lucky that the enemy team forgot he was on the team, which I guess is a bonus sometimes. It really works out if you're on a medic. Nobody shoots you, you don't die, and you get Uber. There we go. Wargasm actually jumps in. That's a really nice force coming out of him. It's now Fong's just going to completely shift gears. He's going to go all the way in, look at the enemy and be like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. And then he's going to walk back out. And now, Greenrab's actually got a nice little 20 ad.
Yeah, that's the correct thing for Fong to do. Walks in, he's like, that's 6 players, they're really far away, and I have like 10% Uber left. Good job to get out with, well, completely unscathed. And now it looks like Greenrab does want to use this small advantage he's accumulated. Smile building it up in the lobby. They're running forwards out of lower left. We'll see if they just pop through. No, they're taking the ground for free. This is the correct thing to do. Fong in with the force from behind, though, just hiding out in Flower. Will they be able to pick up any frags? Fong hasn't gone down. He's been able to pick up Wargasm, and actually Damon threatening the back cap on last. He'll get picked off, but Fong is still in behind. They've forgotten about him. 3 shots onto Greenrab will do the job. Full Uber advantage now for Ascend, but he's in a 2v4. He's just trying to fight against the entire world in the enemy choke, and it's working out. Bambi just DMing Smile, and then Streep not really committing with his teammate. They're just out of time. This synchronous issues not quite making the force onto Ascend as easy as it could have been. So another full advantage for Selected. It just seems like they're playing these situations so much better pretty much every time they come up.
Yeah, now they're looking at a massive ad. They do pop in onto this right side. That Uber's popped out immediately. One side of Spawn is completely sticking out. There's nobody even from Ngolo to almost try to contest it. They just completely give up that point. That's another round. 5-2 now for Selected. This is getting harder and harder. We have 8 minutes left for 3 rounds. Not even to win it, but just to bring it to a golden cap at this point.
Yeah, Bambi was like, I've already killed everyone on mid. I don't need to do anything else. He just let the Ubered players go in front of him, and he stood on the point. No one could even get to him to deny it. Just easy cap time means a free round, and this time Lek has actually denied Tavi's rollout quite strongly there. We do have the fight taking place around Blue Cafe right now. Wargasm bombing in, but focusing the soldier rather than the more crucial picks. A soldier on higher ground than him, no less. Just these sort of things make it a lot harder to win fights if you're just not quite focusing the right targets, and that will mean that Selected get another mid win with 7 minutes on the clock. As you were saying, it's looking a lot harder now.
They almost did bring it back. It was looking pretty good for Ngolo, but then Selected managed to turn it right back around, manages to get their head back in the game, stop throwing rounds. Now we're in a situation where Smile is just walking in a cafe. What are you doing? Actually does get the force there, but you have to think about what happens afterwards. The Uber counter Uber does come out of green wrap, but right now, look at them. They're going to have to push out Cafe, and that is just a lot better positioning for
Fong
Selected.
has died, and Morgasm's all the way behind, actually, taking
But
1v1
Tabby's
with
gone
Bambi.
down in the meantime. DGB finds a nice little rocket onto green wrap as well. The health is so bad on Nolo's side right now, but it looks like it's just Bambi left alive again.
Yeah, Wargasm just saw that opportunity in the trade to go behind. It split the players up from Selected, and they were able to find the frags in Cafe to assist with that. Now they get second for free while Lek is still respawning. They don't want to fight this second point without a demo. That's the first thing I've seen out of Ngolo's Kingdom that seems like they're actually playing off of each other as a team rather than just playing like default pug TF2.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, that's honestly kind of what you're expecting for Demon Blade. Manages to get 2 kills, gets Tavian's streak, which is, like, that completely leaves the last push out of Ngolo in complete tatters. Not having a demo man coming into Sunshine last makes it almost impossible. There's a heavy on the point, there's a sentry, you just need the damage coming out that demo man to be able to realistically cap the round. They don't have him, he just dies, and the Uber trade happens. It's awful for them. They get forced all the way back into choke. There's Wargasm going down as well, tries to sack in. DGB does get caught out there towards the end. They do actually manage to cap second.
That's
Like,
a super
did go
good
down.
refight. Like, they really punished Ascend for his mistake there. He used on nothing just because he saw flashing players in front of him. He did not have to use, he could have had that Uber to push out on second. Instead, now it's even. This fight is able to occur on last. Hempus just edging that point, dragging people onto it while Tavi lays down the damage. Fong gonna go down on heavy, but the Uber is now used off from either team. And with the player advantage, Ngolo's Kingdom have to get out.
Yeah, they do. They didn't quite get what they wanted there. They only got that kill onto Fong, who's now on the engineer. He's gonna have all the time in the world to set up this sentry gun. As actually, honestly, Bumfries, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I think we're actually already in dead time, and I don't think that Ngolo can win this anymore unless they get around like right now.
It needs
which
to be
they
right
are
now.
going in. But yeah, I mean,
Straight in deep. He actually gets the medic down. This could be the start of something, but with all the rest of his players falling, it is Smile versus 5. That doesn't work out. They've been wiped, and I do believe you're right. I think this is dead time.
if we do say that it is like a minute and a half per round, they're not really going to have enough time to get 3. Wargasm gets picked out.
I think
flank as well.
Wargasm
I think
certainly thinks it's dead
GG.
time. He's just YOLOing it. So yeah, this looks like Selected are going to take this map 2-1 in the series, so they are your Division 2 Season 35 champions in this grand final. We'll watch another 4 minutes of teams messing around, but may have some effect on the score, but that is the outcome that Selected will be your winners this season. We'll see if they move up to Div 1.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they stay alive. It kind of, as it always happens, it feels like, especially with the inevitable reshuffling of Prem, it does seem like, honestly, if you look at some of the players on this roster, I don't see them, especially if I look at Bambi, there's a very real possibility that he kind of happens to end up in Prem, or at least Div 1 next season, maybe not even with this team. It feels like, honestly, I think it's been pretty apparent as well throughout the games that he's been really, really solid, and I think he's also one of those players, he plays a lot of pugs. Everyone kind of knows him, he's kind of friends with all of the Prem players already anyways.
Yeah, you
It
think he's
feels
going to
like-
get talent spotted and stolen
Yeah.
from this roster?
I think so. I think he's gonna get poked right out there, and I think we're gonna see him in Prem
Well,
or something next season.
that's a cheery ending for them.
Yeah, I
Congrats!
mean,
you
you
won
find,
Div 2. Wandum says you're going to fold now.
yeah, I mean, you get together, all your best friends, you make a team, and then suddenly one guy is just absolutely insane, and he gets to play with players that aren't you, and you're stuck in the lower divs without the guy who was the best player on your team to carry you, and you never get anywhere in your TF2 career. Which is how the team, when Puaskari originally came up, he was playing on the team with a bunch of Finnish players, none of which we ever saw after Puaskari left and started playing with good players. That's just kind of how it works, you know?
Alright, well, I'll pass the message on to Lek and Demon and Fong. Sorry, guys. You're not the chosen ones.
There's not much you can do. I feel like it's happened to Demon Blade more than once, it feels like at this point. He gets on a really good Div 2 team, and then the Div 2 team kind of stops existing, and he's just stuck there, left to repeat the cycle over and over again. I don't think he's ever actually broken out Div 2, despite being at the top of Div 2. He was playing top Div 2 last season as well, and then he just kind of got cut for KN, which is unfortunate.
We're seeing a desperation trade right now. Bambi's showing us a whole new skill set of his. He knows exactly where to place the buildings.
Yeah. I hope Sigafu's watching this. Sigafu should be taking notes.
I can't think of anything else to say, Wandum.
I
hate filling dead time. Can someone just make ! GG in this game already?
Yeah.
I'd really like to not watch players building sentries on second for 4 minutes when the game's already ended.
I mean, we've got some. Let's not beat around the bush. We've got some absolute nerds in chat, you know. Like, somebody should be able to write the code. I think they already did write the code when they made Face It, but then we just kind of forgot that existed.
Yeah, I'd really love to just chop off the last 5 minutes of officials that don't need to be played. Would be really nice. Someone do that, please, and thank you.
Putis is in the server. He's currently having a 1v1 with Bambi. Please, Bambi. Oh, those go down. There we go. Green Rap's on the needles, looking back towards the old days. The old days when you could play with absolute old men like Coleman and Tapley. Were you
F2.
around, Bumfries? I can't remember. Were you there
I
when
was
Coleman and
around.
Shintaz drunk casted I-52?
I was probably around. I probably don't remember anything from those casts. But GG.
They were the best.
6-2. 6-2 is the final score.
6-2 guys.
Selected your Division 2 champions. We'll see if we can get anyone around for some interviews. People love to brag about their Div 2 gold medal. I wish I had one.
I do too. Yeah, so I mean, we're being instructed by production to look at some logs. Look at Demon going 27 for 10.
That's a pretty
solid.
nice soldier log. You don't often see.
I mean, it doesn't happen too often, especially on Pocket, where you kind of are sometimes just.
Wargasm, on the other hand, with the polar opposite. That's a more stereotypical soldier log of the modern era.
Yeah.
Bambi, as you predicted, 309 DPM, slightly less than Demon. A big old 3 KD, 31 for 11.
was 3. I think 33 divided by 11 is 3, but that was like, it's like 2 point something.
Yeah. Very smart. Yeah. Cool.
I think at this point, we can look at some heals, but like honestly, we're joined by 2 winners on this Mumble. I don't actually think I have anyone on Steam on the opposite team. Do not have the ability to send the connect, but we are joined by Ascend and Bambi from Selected. How are you guys doing after this absolutely riveting game of TF2?
Good. It's alright.
It's alright.
You sound bored. Was this just another day? This is exactly what you're expecting. Just clean them out, move on.
To be honest, we were quite confident that we were gonna win anyway. So nothing. We weren't worried about anything. Like Process was our weakest map, and it showed. But obviously, Sunshine made up for it.
Were you even expecting to lose Process? Were you thinking this would be a 2-map thing?
Well, ideally, I wanted to win both maps, like easily, so I can do something else. But it is what it is. Like, it's fine. I mean, Process was kind of messy for us anyway, so we did a lot of mistakes, but Sunshine was good.
What's the idea for the future of this team? Are you lot carrying on together into Division 1?
We're not sure right now.
I don't know.
I don't think many people on our team have decided for what the plans for next season, so we'll see.
Do you have any questions for anyone, Wandum?
Are you planning on playing the lockdown throwdown that is going to be happening next weekend? Probably plug that a little bit. That's a tournament that our very own producer's organizing. Instead of Copenhagen Games, obviously is cancelled. We're holding a nice little online event. You guys going to be playing, participating?
Yeah, I think I'm participating with Charlie right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
We're playing in different teams.
Congratulations. Congratulations on your Division 2 gold medals. Is there
Thank you.
anyone you want to give shout-outs to?
Shout out to my team. Shout out to DGB for murking. Shout out to Light. Hope he's getting better from coronavirus. And then shout out to Ace.
Ascend, anything from you?
Shout out to Troy. Shout out to White123. Shout out to everyone from Yorkshire. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Light for getting corona. Shout out for Digi.
Good old Ascend, repping Leeds.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wandum,
I think that should probably wrap us up here, Bumfries.
yeah,
Unless
I
you
don't
have
have anything
anything to
else
say.
to ask.
I think we're good. Lockdown Throwdown's happening next week. You're probably going to hear more about it. You should also watch the other matches. I think there's one tomorrow, even if I was looking at schedule correctly. But
I
definitely
believe you're correct.
check out the Prem playoffs on Sunday, which will be happening. I'm not casting, but I'll be there in the chat to bully everyone. I'll ban all of you if you say anything negative. But Bumfries is going to be casting that. Look forward to that. I think
I
that's
love
been
that
us.
guy.
Think that has been it. I've been Wandum, Bumfries has been Bumfries, the teams have been the teams. And that's Div2, all concluded. I was there at the beginning, I was there at the end. Good night, everyone.